Welcome to the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host, Mikey. Today is the Crochet Speakeasy blanket pattern. I was thinking about this yarn, and it's a new yarn as of 2026. It's called Heart Super Saver Jazzy. And this yarn, because it changes color so quickly, it does not color pool. And because of it, it actually makes the sample look really amazing. So you can see these kind of yarns out there if you would like to do that. You can find that on yarnspirations.com. But what I did is that I did a fancy interior, which I have a crochet diagram for, and then I just did 3 rounds of the colors. So I did 3 rounds of one color, 3 rounds the next to get myself to the end. You'll need only 4 balls, so 2 balls of one color, 2 of another, and I wanted to really kind of make this fun. And so you'll be using a 5.5mm size I9, and when you go to flip through the pattern, there's a lot of helpful tips. Our Journey membership here on YouTube went through this, and I provided extra information as per their suggestions, and we're going to be going through this step by step. So it's a lot of words because of the interior, but once you get beyond the interior, it just is a nice easy repeat. So I have to spell everything out for you, but other than that, it's pretty simple. So let's begin, and we're going to start and grab our yarn now. If you would like the pattern, just go to the video description. You'll find that there, a pattern link, and you're going to start off with a slip knot. So you'll chain 4 to begin. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then slip stitch to the beginning chain to form the center ring. So it's in and yarn over, pull through. So this is the center ring, and you're going to use the tail and just wrap that around and trap it inside once you do round number 1. Let's begin round number 1. Let's begin round number 1. You're going to chain 3, and at the beginning of the rounds when it's chain 3, that counts as your first double crochet. And you need to double crochet 2 more times into the center ring. You're then going to chain 2. See how this is wrapped around the ring? You want to do that. So chain 2 to turn, and then put 3 more double crochet into the ring. Okay, now you got to turn. So chain 2 to turn. Center ring again, 3 double crochet. Okay, chain 2 to turn, and 3 double crochet into the ring. Now in the pattern, there's 2 types of joins at the end of a round. If it's a half double crochet join, it means that the color is going to carry on for the next round. And if it's a chain 2 then join, then that means that the color is going to finish. So in this case, we're going to do a half double crochet join, and it's going to go to the front. So just half double crochet to the top of the first chain 3. And this counts as a chain 2 space. And what it's doing, it's leaving your yarn right directly in the center, so it helps prevent the interior from spinning. And so now you have your round number 1. Let's move on to round number 2. Round number 2, chain 1, and in the same half double crochet bridge that you've created, the join, you're going to single crochet. Single crochet into the top of this chain 3, which is technically a double crochet, and then chain 1. Skip the next double crochet and come to the last double crochet in this side and single crochet in. This skip stitch that you did, you'll be using it in the future for a treble that will come down into that stitch right here. In your corner, the corners will always be the same then in this round of single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. So let's do another round or another side together. So single into the first double, chain 1, skip the next double, which is the middle, and then single into the next one after that. And you'll be using this skip stitch in the future. And then come into your corner. So single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. So single into the first double, chain 1, skip the next double, single crochet the next, and do your corner. So single, chain 2, and single. This is your last side, so single into the first double, chain 1, skip the next one, single to the next, and then come into your last one. So single crochet, and then you're going to do a half double crochet join to there, and what that's going to do is that we're going to keep this color going for one more round before switching it out. So just half double crochet join to the first single crochet, and that creates a chain 2 space. Okay, that was round number 2. Let's move on to round number 3. Round number 3, chain 3, that's your first double crochet, and you need to double crochet into this considered chain 2 space. It's the bridge of the half double crochet. Nice easy round. You're just going to single crochet, or sorry, you're going to double crochet in each one of the stitches, including the chain 1 space. So when you hit that chain 1, it'll be right there. So go right into that space. So the stitch right below it here is going to be used in the future, and keep double crocheting across the side. In the corners on this round will be 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. See how the yarn is not pooling? It's just changing, but it's not actually grouping together, which I think is great. So double into each one of the stitches you have, and don't forget that chain 1 space that happens to be in the middle of the side in this particular round, and keep going around. Okay, and then your corners are going to be the same. So 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. I'll see you at the end of the round in a moment. So put me on pause now. When you come around, don't forget you got that first corner to work with. So don't forget your 2 double crochet. And we are ending this color. So this is a chain 2 and then join. So chain 2 to reach over and just slip stitch it to join to the top of the chain 3. So this is it for this particular color for now. I'm going to trim my yarn. I'm going to show you how to weave in the ends to go. So just pull it through the loop, and just grab a tapestry needle, turn it to the back side of the square, and throw it through a tapestry needle. Now you don't want to go in between just strands. You want to actually separate the plies too to get it stuck. So when you go through, don't be afraid to like break plies apart, because that's how it really gets stuck. So if you go between only strands, full strands, it'll just wiggle its way out. And when you go back and forth, if you go into some of that strand you were just, that is part of this, it actually gets into itself into a knot. Okay, so let's get rid of that, and we're moving on to round number 4 with a new color, and we'll begin that in a moment. So let's begin. You're going to create a slip knot, and it says join with a standing single crochet. So if you put this onto the hook with a slip knot, you can choose any one of the 4 corners, it doesn't matter. And you're just going to go into the corner, yarn over, and pull through the loop. You got 2 loops, pull through 2. That's a standing single crochet, a nice, clean, easy way to start something. So now you're going to chain 1, and you're going to skip the next double crochet. Put this behind, just get it out of the way. So skip the next double crochet and go to the second one over. What you're doing now is you're creating the holes for this to be used in the future for trebles to go into. Now you are going to do a treble crochet going into the stitch that was left empty on round number 1. So wrap the hook and just stay on the front side of the work, just going in and picking that out of the background, that stitch, yarn over, pull through. and then yarn over, pull through 2, 2, and 2. So this is counting as the stitch it's sitting in front of. So your next stitch is right beside it. So that will never be filled in because of the treble. So what you're doing now is you're going to single crochet. So it says in the pattern, skip the stitch behind the treble. That's this one. So you're going to the next one, single crochet, chain 1, skip the next stitch, and single crochet the next. This will be the next stitch that you'll use for when it overlays in the future. So now you're going to do a treble into the same stitch down here. So it creates a V shape. So wrap twice, again staying on the front side, and pick it out of the background. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over 2, yarn over 2. So there's your V shape. So that counts as the stitch it was sitting in front of. So we're going to leave that empty and single crochet the next. Chain 1, and you're going to skip the last double crochet of the side and single crochet right into the corner. So this stitch and this stitch that we skipped will be used in the future, as well as this one in the middle. So let's turn our corner. So we're going to chain 2 and single crochet into the same one. I'll take you through another side. So to do another side, chain 1, skip the first, double crochet out, go to the second. Now you're going to treble into the first round right down here. So wrap the hook twice and pick it out of the background and stay on the front. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and 2, and 2. I'm implying that you are yarning over every time you pull through 2. So this counts as the next stitch that it's sitting in front of, so this stitch, so you're going to single into the next one after that. So single, chain 1, skip the next one, and single into the next. So this will be a hole ready for another time, and we left a hole here. So next time that we do these drop downs, there's only one now, there'll be 3 next time, and then there will be 5 when it gets the final one. So we're going to drop down into the same one, so treble, into the same stitch the last one was in, way down there to create the V. That counts as a stitch that it's sitting in front of. Just move it so you can see it. So it counts as this stitch. So single into the next, chain 1, skip the last double crochet of the side, and single into the corner. So to turn your work, just chain 2, single into the same one, and then begin that side all over again. Even for me being experienced, I have to move the project in forward so I can see the stitches where they're going. So I'm coming all the way back around now. It's chain 1, skip the last one, single in here. We're going to keep this color going, so we're going to do a half double crochet join to the beginning standing single crochet. Okay, and let's do our next round. Round number 5 is like round number 3. So you're going to chain 3, that's your first double, and you're going to double into the same corner space. So just slam in a double crochet into each one of the stitches, and that includes the chain 1 spaces. So make sure that you're watching for that. This is a chain 1 space, put it right in the chain 1 space. We'll be using this empty one later on. So just one double into each one of the stitches, including chain 1 spaces. And when you hit the corners, it is 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Please do this all the way around for round number 5. So I'm coming to the end of the round. So this will be a chain 2 and join because the color will be ending. Okay, so chain 2 and join with a slip stitch. So get rid of this yarn, weave in your ends. And so right now we have the first starting, and now we're going to change to this other color again, and we're going to create 3 more of these drop downs in the spaces that we skipped earlier. Let's begin to do this round, number 6. Round number 6 has an unusual start, and I want you to put the yarn on the hook with your slip knot and create a standing single crochet, but not in the corner. Round number 6, we're not going to use this corner at all. We're just going to use the stitch before it and the stitch after and jump over it. So just join with a standing single crochet to the first one. This took actually a bit of trial and error to get this right so that the square would still lay flat. So it's a standing single crochet into the first double crochet on the start of a round. Now you got to be very careful you don't accidentally miss another stitch here right in the middle. So you're going to jump down and connect with a treble, and make sure you skip this stitch and jump to this one. So this is actually an outtake for me because I had skipped that one by accident. So just treble into the skip stitch 3 rounds below. Put there 2, 2, and 2, and just lean it forward. So you're going to skip this stitch right here. So just get things out of your way so you can see it. So I'm skipping this one and I'm single into the next. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, and now what you're going to do is a 2 together treble using this last stitch and the next one right here. It's going to bridge over the 2. So wrap the hook twice, come into the one where the other one is, and you're going to yarn over, pull through. You don't want to finish this stitch. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You're not going to pull through the final 2 because that'll finish it. And now you're going to jump over here. So wrap the hook twice and in. Pull through 2 and 2. Once you see the 3 loops in the hook, you're done. So you yarn over, pull through all 3. This counts as the stitch it's sitting in front of. So you're going to single crochet the next one after that empty stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, single crochet the next. So you're going to do a 2 together treble using the last one you were just in and using the new one over here. I'll show you another side of this. So pull through 2 and 2, do not finish it, and then jump over here. So wrap twice, pull through 2 and 2. Once you see the 3 loops, pull through all 3, you're finished. That counts as a stitch it's going to sit in front of, so you'll single crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip the next stitch, and single into the next. So we're not quite done. We need to get the final treble in there to create the finishing of the V shape. So you're going to treble into the one that you were just in. Pull through 2 and 2 and 2. Skip the one that it's going to sit in front of and single crochet the next. And it's the last one before the corner hits. So in this round, as I mentioned, we're not going to use this space at all. I just want you to chain 4 and go right to the first space on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So single into the first double. I tried using that space several times and it just buckled. So by chaining the 4, I got away with it. So now I'm going to treble into the skipped one down here. So I'm going to mimic what I just did. So just treble into the skip stitch 3 rounds below. Pull through 2, 2, and 2. That counts as a stitch that's sitting in front of. So single into the next, chain 1, skip the next, and single into the next one. So that chain space, so that right there, that skip stitch, we'll be using it again in the future. So now we're going to do a 2 together using this stitch here that we were just in and the next empty stitch here. So yarning over twice, going into the one you were just in, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, but do not finish it. So you should still have the stitch unfinished. And now wrap twice and come into this one right here. Pull through 2 and 2. And once you got that, you see all 3 loops, pull through everything. That counts as a stitch it's going to sit in front of, so single into the next. So these line up, if that helps you to know that. So chain up 1, skip the next one, single to the next, and do another 2 together treble using this one, and then the next empty stitched here. Once you see all 3 loops, pull through everything. That counts as a stitch it's going to sit in front of, so single into the next. Chain 1, skip the next one, single to the next. And now you got to finish this by coming down in so that it looks complete. So treble into the one that you were just in. So essentially the first stitch and the last stitch are just trebles by themselves, but in between they're 2 togethers to span over. Okay, so you'll finish that. Skip the one it's going to sit in front of and single into the next. And then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't touch that space and just single into the first double on the turn. Please complete this all the way around, and I'll see you at the end of the round. I'm coming on my last side here, and I've got my treble in. I'm skipping the one it's sitting in front of right here and single into the next. Now I want to continue this color, so what I'm going to do is chain 2 and do a half double crochet join now to the top of the first beginning single crochet, and that keeps me directly in the center of the corner. And now let's begin the next round, number 7. Next round, number 7, we're going to begin, and you're going to chain 3. It's unusual in the corners, and you're going to put 2 more double crochet into this corner. So the corners on this round are going to be 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, and it's compensating for the skipped stitching of the chain 4 on the corners. So what you're going to do in this round is just one double crochet in each one of the stitches, and also chain 1 spaces when you get there. Okay, so I got a chain 1 space, just go right into the space itself. And we're going to be using that skip space right there for another V coming in for the final one that's in the center of this blanket. So just place in then 1 double crochet in each of the stitches and chain 1 spaces. Corners will be 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, and I'll see you at the end of the round. At the end of the round, don't forget that there's 3 double crochet into the chain space. And we are ending this color. So we are going to do chain 3 and join with a slip stitch to the top of the first chain 3. And now we're going to switch back to the other color. We're going to start off, and we are going to do a standing single crochet into the first chain 3 space. Now we're going to jump down and do a treble, and we're going to do it in the 5th connection spot. Okay, so it's going to be right here. So just look for the same color. So you're going to go into the chain 2 space. Three rows below. Okay, that counts as the stitch that it's sitting in front of, which is the next one right here. So single crochet the next. Chain 1, skip 1, single crochet the next. And now you're going to do the 2 together, spanning from this space here to this empty one right here. So come into that chain 2 space corner. I didn't know where to put that when I was designing this, so that was where I settled on, and it actually still looks good. Oops, I finished that by accident, so I should have stopped, not finished that stitch. and I want to span over to this one. So wrap twice, pull through 2 and 2. So once I see the 3 loops, I'm done. Yarn over, pull through everything, and that counts as a stitch it's going to sit in front of. So come to your next one over, single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet the next. So do a 2 together now, using this stitch where this is and the next empty. Okay, pull through everything. Skip the stitch that's in front of, go to the next, single crochet, chain 1, skip the next one. So you already know what you're doing. You've done this before. It's just it's a longer side, that's all. So come out to the one you were just in and bridge it over to the next empty one. So I never hit the chain 1 space there. I hit the between the posts. That will make a difference visually. So just make sure you get the top of that stitch that was left empty. Okay, that counts as a stitch that's sitting in front of. Single. The next one, chain 1, skip 1. Okay, and now you are going to come over here. So you're going to go into the one you were just in, and you were going to use that chain 2 space right here. Helps you just to see you just making that color flow. So that counts as a stitch that's sitting in front of. So single to the next, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet the next. And now you have to do the final treble into this chain 2 space here below. And now come to your corner. So single crochet into the corner, chain 2, single crochet. So I'll just get you started on another side because everything's the same in between. So just remember the first treble is going to come to this chain 2 space right down here. So I've already singled into that corner. So treble down there. That counts as a stitch that's sitting in front of. So single to the next, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet the next, and then bridge over from this one to this one. So from the first chain 2 space. To the next empty one right here. That counts as it's sitting in front of. So single, chain 1, skip 1, single in the next. So you're going to do that all the way around, and I'll see you at the end of the round. So just pay attention to the starting and the endings of each of the sides to make sure that you get that proper. I'll be right back at the end of the round. So I'm coming to the end of number 8, and I'm just going to come on down to the beginning here into the space, and I'm just going to single crochet then into the space here, and this one here is a half double crochet join because we're going to keep the color going for another round or 2 in this particular case. So let's get to round number 9. Let's begin round number 9. You're going to chain 3, counts as a double crochet, and you're going to double crochet again in the corner. So in this particular round, you're going to double crochet in each one of the stitches, including the chain 1 spaces. And then when you get to a corner, and only on this round, you are going to put 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet, and that will stabilize the center of the square. That's the only time that you're going to do the corners that way for the remaining of the project. Okay, so it's just 1 double crochet in each stitch, then end space to the corners, and corners are 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet. I'll see you at the end of the round in just a moment. Okay, finishing up round number 9. So our join is going to be slightly different. We're going to keep this color going one more time. So put your 2 double crochet in first, and then chain 1, and then a half double crochet join to the top of the first. Because half double crochet joins are considered 2 chains, you have to chain 1 to get that extra chain because we've been chaining 3 on the corners. We're now moving on to round number 10, and we'll begin that next. Round number 10 is going to be the final of this color until we're doing the cycle of the repeat. So you're just going to chain up one single crochet into the first space, corner space, and then it's going to be 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way to the next corner. Your corners will always be the same then, of 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet, and you'll go all the way around. And at the end of this round, we're going to finish this color and then begin 3 rounds of the other color, and I'll be going through that next. So I'm coming back to the very beginning, and now this is the end of this color. So you're going to chain 2 and then join it with a slip stitch and get rid of it. I'm going to talk to you about the repeat, and then I'll take you to the pattern after that. I'm going to bring back the real sample now, show you something on camera, and then we'll go through the repeating section that you have. So right now on the real sample, you're right here. So the next 3 rounds are going to be the other color. And the first round is single crochet, so you'll join it with a standing single crochet, 1 single, like that's in the space, 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way to the next corner. Corners are 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet, and you'll do that around. You'll do a half double crochet join, and then you'll chain 3 and place in a double crochet in the first space. You'll then just do 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way to the next corner. Corners are 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. When you get back around, you're going to do a half double crochet join, because you're going to keep this blue one more time, and you're just going to chain up 1 single crochet into the first space, and then 1 single crochet into each of the stitches all the way around. And then in the corners, it's 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet, and when you get back around, because this is the end of that color, you're going to chain 2 and then join. So you'll bring back the other color now, and you'll do exactly the same thing. So it's just cycling between all of the 2 different colors for the remaining of this. Okay, so what we're looking at here, this is round number 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and this is your repeat right there. So I'm going to take you to the written instructions and show you what's next. So in the written instructions, you're going to do rounds number 11, 12, and 13. That's the 3 rounds that I just talked about. That's with the color A. And then 14, 15, 16 is with the color B. And so you keep doing that. So you're going to repeat rounds number 11 through 16 a total of 6 more times. Okay, so you'll do that. And at the end, break B at the end of the final repeat. So after you've gotten that 6 times done, at the end, just break that off. The next round after that will be with A, and I wanted to maximize the amount of yarn that you're going to use. So we're going to just join A, join it to the corner, chain 3, 1 double crochet in the beginning corner space, and then 1 double crochet in each of the single crochets right to the next corner. Corners are 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. You're going to do that all the way around, and then you're going to do this round here, and this again is another single crochet round. Okay, so 1 single crochet so you'll chain up 1 single crochet in the beginning corner space, 1 single in each of the doubles to the next corner. Your corners will be 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet, and you'll have that. Finally, you will do a half double crochet join, and the last row, all you need to do is slip stitch in every stitch, including the chain 2s in the corner. Slip stitch all the way around in order to have the lift. So if you look at the sample here, this is a slip stitch, so what it does is it thickens up the stitch that you'll see going on. So that's the coloring that you see. So you see a double crochet row, which was after the repeat. So this was the end of the repeat. This was the double crochet round I talked about. Then there's a single crochet round, and then there was enough yarn on the ball to do a slip stitch all the way around. So you just got to make sure you handle your corners. It'll just follow around the corners, just like you see. So you go right into your stitch work, and it's awesome. So this is how you're going to be able to make this, regardless of what color you chose. It's actually a pretty decent pattern, and I think that you'll have a good time doing it. That's it for today, and I hope you're having a great day so far. We'll see you. Bye-bye.